Alright then, hey, good afternoon guys. So we are here working on a 2007 Honda Odyssey, and we are replacing this sensor right here. I'll figure out the name for it. Now the client says that when he puts it in different gears that he feels almost like a pop, or like it just feels weird. The reason I'm making this video overall is because there is some videos on YouTube on how to replace this part, but they didn't go clearly into detail. I personally, when I seen the video, I thought that you came in through the side wheel well, take off the wheel, and it was there. But apparently I did that and I was met with just this right here. So I put the wheel back on there. I went into some forums and then they said to remove the battery. So I removed the battery right here. And we removed the air snorkel that sits right here. Now to remove this air snorkel, all it literally is just one bolt right there that goes right here. That's it, one bolt. Take off the sensor to it. It wraps around through here. Move it from there. Disconnect it from the snorkel from here, and that's it. You can pull it off. Now once you remove that, you're going to want to remove this one right here. Now this is where your battery sits on, and this is going to be right here. So once you remove the battery and the snorkel, you're going to see this just alone. Now you're going to remove a bolt from here that will actually goes to the snorkel as well, and you're going to remove a bolt from here that goes onto this side snorkel right here. Once you remove those bolts, then there's going to be 3 bolts that hold this metal part down. It's going to be one bolt here that you see right down there, right here, and then you're going to see one bolt over here that lines up with the other side right there, and then you're going to have one last bolt right on the corner next to this one on the bottom, and that one lines up where this one was at to the bottom side right down there. Okay, so that one you're going to want to go under the car and get that one from the bottom. It's a lot easier. So once you remove that, again, it's these 3 bolts. This one looks like it has an extra bolt, but this car was crashed, so I didn't remove that one, but it looks like there's actually 4. Once you remove that, you're going to come down here. The sensor's going to be directly right there where the shifter's at. Now you're going to want to loosen this nut right here. Loosen that one up right there. And then you're going to want to take this top part off right here. So you're going to want to put a screwdriver in the back right here. Pop this off, and this one should come off right here. Let me do that. Alright guys, so in order to get this part out right here, if I may, thank you. In order to get this part out right here, there is a center nut that travels through here and comes out through the other side. I'm going to show you that right now. This is the new part right here, and this is the nut that goes right through. So you put this one in there, line it up, of course, the same way. Once it's lined up, you stick it in all the way, like so. That nut right there travels through here, right? And then we have this washer. It goes on, as well as this little locking pin right here. And this little locking pin is going to have one lip that's bent in, so you're not going to be able to get that right there. So that right there is going to lock it in from turning. And then of course your nut. So, oh, you know what? Before I stick this in, word of advice is we're gonna unfold the little locking pin on the top so we can get a good turn on the nut, and then we're gonna bend it back to make sure it doesn't retract. Okay, so we just unfolded it a little bit, so that way when we stick it on there, like so, right here, we can actually get the nut to turn. Okay, so we got the nut. We'll stick it in through side right here. Oh, that's not the right nut. Okay, so this is the right nut. Make sure you get the right nut. And you're gonna stick it in right there. Make sure the little pin is in the back right here. Okay. Before you tighten all this up, you're going to want to put the bolts back into here and another one on the bottom down here. Okay, I'm going to put these in. Make sure you line everything correctly. Alright. I'm going to tighten those down a little bit. I kind of need my other hand actually. Trying to set up this camera so we can leave it. Let me just set it up right there for a second. I'm just going to bolt down the bottom bolts for this one. You're not going to want to go too tight on this. You're going to want to go maybe about hand tight. Not too tight at all. Okay. Now once you get that, you're going to want to get that nut. So those were 10s right there for holding the part in. However, the one that we'll be holding in this harness right here is going to be a 12. I have a 13 on there. I don't know why I have a 13 on there. Alright, and just in case you guys can't get this nut off, with that little lip that's bent in, what I did was that I used a, hold on. Okay. What I did was that I used a 12 ratchet to hold it down there. This one right here. And all I did was I did maybe quarter turns from where I could grab it right here, where I could grab it and just barely turn it, and just barely turn it until it got tight enough. Because it's gonna be hard in there to get that tightened. Next, you're gonna want to bend the clip right here, the little lip back. Bend that back down. That's gonna make sure that that nut doesn't ever come back out. All I'm doing is I'm biting down on it like that, and that's it. And just back down like that. Okay. Let me show you guys down there. So we got the bottom bolt. We got the connector connected right there. Now you're not going to be able to remove the part until you get the shifter out of the way, which will be, sorry for moving the camera around so much, which will be this cable right here. Okay, so don't remove it from here. It has a locking clip right here. You don't gotta touch this at all. Just remove it from down here. Now, if you feel you don't have enough space, then you could remove it from up here, but it's not gonna give you much space at all. I got it all done without removing anything else except for this. Now, all we're gonna do is give this one a little tighten this one up a little bit. Just a tiny bit. I'm barely putting any force in there. Now after you get that in there, you get this cable in there and everything is set. You're going to want to connect it. So you get your harness connected right here. Oh, and another thing for this harness right here, it has this clip right here that goes up and down. Okay? So, when you connect this right here, or when you want to disconnect it, what I did is I got a screwdriver. I put it on right here, and I just pry it up like that. Boom. And it let go of this harness, pull this harness down, this gray harness down, and then the black harness all in total comes out. Okay? So, we're going to get the battery and everything back in here, and we're going to test the car. So next will be the metal bracket. This metal bracket right here. So again, you're gonna have one bolt right there, one over here on the bottom, and then one right here. And this one is crashed, so but there should be another one on the side right here towards the bottom down there. Now let's see, let's try to line this all up together like so. Once it's all aligned, we're gonna put our bolts in there. Give me a second when I get these bolts. I'm trying to set up the camera so you can see something while I do this, but it's not that easy. Let's see. So one bolt's gonna be right here. And then another bolt is going to be over here. Now for those bolts that are a little harder to reach, what I like to do is I like to get, let me see, where's my ratchet I just had right here? Don't tell me I'm leaving it down there. Here it is. So I like to get one of these. With extensions, put a 12 on there because these are 12 millimeter bolts, and then just get a piece of paper, put it on the tip, and put the bolt on there. And then, if you want, you can just rip the rest of it off, and that's just gonna hold it in there while you put it in its place. You're not going to want to tighten these down the whole way until you get them all situated first. Once you got them all situated, I'm going to go ahead and get the last one from under the car. And that one I mainly did with this one right here. Once you get them all installed, then you can go ahead and start twerking them down. since this is probably the hardest one, I'm probably going to torque it down as hard as possible and just leave this one done. Alright, and this one again for the bottom one, the bottom bolt, you're going to want to come from the wheel well, directly by the wheel. You don't even got to take it off. It's going to be right on this very corner to the top, up here. Feel around, you're going to feel the bolts right there. And again, this one was crashed, so there was actually another bolt on this corner over here. As you can see right there. But the bracket is back at a place right there, so we didn't have to remove that one. So now, since I got them all installed, I'm going to go ahead and tighten them down. That's good right there. Now, since we got those installed, we got that bracket on there. We gotta put this one here. Now this one right here is gonna go on the side. Over here, it's actually supposed to be on before we remove the bracket, but we'll fit it in there right now. Okay, so we installed this one back on here. We got the bolts on for this one. We gotta connect it down there. We gotta press this one in a little bit more to get it in there correctly. But other than that, we got the box with a snorkel on right here. One bolt here, one bolt here. We got the connector for the mass airflow sensor back on. And we're about to put the battery back in here and we're done.